Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, beautiful day, July 25th, 2022. July 25, 2022. God is good, another day. Salon people only take no day for granted. I can always tell like this. Every other day we wake up, it's a blessing that we are alive. As rough as things are, as difficult as things are, believe it or not, Salon people to God in this day, like that man will sit up, you don't get food. It get food, they complain say you don't get sus. I go meet in company when you get food. So how you complain say you don't get sus, where you go meet first, so you don't get food safe for like where sus. But anyways, we know say with situations they will get, I will come today like today. Enough for be that way. Life should be better. People they suffer, people they struggle. There's a lot of important issues to discuss. You see, but the thing is this. When them guy there, can want for take we, like say we na idiot them, salon people them, they can want for take we, especially the civil society organizations there. Where they can want for take we the salon people them, where they're supposed to represent, they don't feel we over the past 4 years. And I make a call again, say, when government changes, civil society forgets like a public tribunal. A lot of these guys, therefore come and can answer certain questions. Why civil society in Sierra Leone country and quiet? Nobody know to defend the people of Sierra Leone in times like the McKinney massacre, the Mile 91 killings. We didn't see them except for Thomas More. We pull Thomas More on this. But you see this tribalism talk where Dr. Samuel Kamara point out. We always tell them guy there, say, you where they act and versus the person where they can call out. It has never been a problem. The problem is this now, Salon, and this is why, because we got a bunch of lazy leaders there. From the parliament, the opposition leaders, them, the one that will be under in governance, they are all lazy, they are cowards, nobody now want to talk, nobody they open up these conversations. Communicate to People's Power Cash Box, I'm telling you guys, it has never been a crime in America for call out blackism, of course, which is the racism. It has never been a crime. It has never been a crime for call out bigotry. It has never been a crime for call out racism. It has never been a crime for call out gender imbalance. It has never been a crime to call out any problem. These guys are so stupid that they're able to sit and see there. I see 2-3 civil society and they can make video. I will not even mention their names because it's not important. Some man make video, some man go on Facebook. These are idiots who don't even sabi them place in the society. Instead of them recognize the fact that when a politician, a leader of society, will get a percentage of over 80 to 90% of the people willing to die for him right now, in other possible Dr. Samora Kabara, that these guys should understand that at a time like this, Sierra Leone, we all see how sharply divided it is along tribal lines, especially since this government came to power. They sack people how they want. You look at all the MDs, them, ministries, departments, and agencies. When you look at the leaders, the heads them of these institutions, Mendes, we've done several lives where we talk about these things, but these guys don't understand what's their responsibility as civil society. Instead of them going query the government, call the government the attention to say, listen, this man said this. Now we can verify this thing. Let us look at the institutions. Let them look for victims them. When they on fire, then sack man in another country there. So man then they right now they're not so breadwinners again in their family. Now let me make the woman and grab and protest. Now let me lead the woman into a protest. When they say we man and not they work, now we they take care of women now. What's it happen in this country here? So we wanna give women a job. Instead of civil societies going deeper, then go deep, then go find out the problems, bring evidences out. But this is the laziness of the opposition. They allow them guys there. When you look at the civil society organizations, them most of them again, inside them belong to one tribe, Mende, Southeasterners. So what's happening? This is how they want for control the narrative. It has never been a crime for call out a problem in the nation. Dr. Samura, call them out. And this is a time where in Sierra Leone history, this particular time, now the opportunity, this we call on every leader out there to talk about this issue of tribalism within our governance structure, for talk about tribalism within the nation, the way we don't take a root, the way we don't take a hold. Now we can't see at a time like this. It is an opportunity. Any leader will miss this opportunity. We will watch you now. And Salon people and this stuff for una within a APC, you didn't any political party, you're Sierra Leonean. Now the tenant is una for calling members of parliament, una for calling leaders them, within una party them, especially when they stand, they want for become flag bearers them. But they're not getting mind for talk on sensitive issues like this. When Dr. Samora Kamara point out that is the quality of a leader. And they can't come and say, then tell God thank you, they get someone like me come and talk for fact. I am afraid. Say the kind of measures over take for clean up that country. If Dr. Samora Kamara come, he's not going to do all anything. I believe say every ministry should be cleaned up completely. Every ministry should be cleaned up. Every minister, for as far as the ministerial positions, them that enough for talk. But every ministry should be cleaned up completely because the way they got entrenched themselves within the military, the police, the departments and agencies, and everything. And the afraid said Dr. Samora Kamara is too kind. And not be the kind person who come and clean up. I for clean up that country, now get a serious balance in that country when it comes to our departments and ministries and agencies. Them. They are lucky this man they even talk about this thing. Come on in, comrade.
Brian, what you make after say Dr. Samora Kamara, maybe me I don't get confidence say he go can do the needful thing for me. For the mere fact, you don't get him, you don't see boldly for exposed tribalism. Say Mende, Timene, Limba, Loko, Kura, Kwanko, Fula, Madingo, so you call all the tribes, they say we all are one. That means not tribe, not for say is superior past others. I'm sure with this guy actually don't tell you say he's prepared for can do the needful thing. Ibrahim, now like oh, this part of this world today, before this time, 20 or 30 years ago, racism is at its peak because nobody will call them out. People don't be given for challenging you are racist. But when people begin challenge racism, now they say which man I don't let tell say racist. In the free fly no let no even measure him. Even if he racist now, he suppress them inside himself. You go see a part of their actions, but you know let them call them out say you are racist. So that's what tribalism Ibrahim. Tribalism, the one line say the majority of people the older accused today, the majority na tribalism, the minority na the Panam. So until you get the minor for call, say you guys are tribalists. Una na tribalism, for make let them know say tribalism no get space in our country. First not forget job, secure of a job because of a tribe or your region or a political party we belong to. No. Ibrahim tribalism they kill every nation we tribalism they develop. Because development they far from that nation. So if we not call them out, call them also, or put that fear factor on people and say tribalism no get space of country, Ibrahim, they will continue to see this kind of thing. In fact, what's going to happen? Because see, the man can win election now. Nothing to be specific. It's a mission from Timmy Clan and come out. Even now from the north, I will give me Timmy brothers and 60% of the job. Ibrahim is tribalism still. But the one they don't make us so blatant that Ibrahim, that make today, we don't even talk about because the president in cabinet, he speak for itself. In cabinet speaks for itself. What they can't open people help and the private sector. Where they say now, people secure of job, Ibrahim goes to the palm. So until Ibrahim, we call tribalism out, how call racism in this part of the world, how they call about this part of the world meet today. Nobody will understand say racist. No, it's one year that side itself. Ibrahim tribalism in the stop. So we encourage everybody.
Absolutely.
Rather than follow the footpath of Samora Kamara, now call these people out, Ibrahim. Until we call them out, we cannot move away from this here. We cannot shy away from this thing for calling them out. These people are tribalists. They are tribalists. So they call them. So let them say tribalism no get space in our country. Not to today, not to tomorrow, not to forever. With the fights, with they say no to tribalism in Asalo because the Indian Kelu was all come out 31 years ago.
You know, Comrade, you talk about, now expound on that a little bit more. Where American and the black people were going through slavery with brother and sister them because they go pull them from Sierra Leone, Ghana, Nigeria, all of these places. Bring them come to America, use them as slaves. Try, racism at the highest order, slavery. The people they get for stand up and team up and talk about them and go against them. People they lost their life in the beginning. Because you know what they're smart. They know what they're smart. As a faith by you say smart, they go after you. But until enough people take them over. People like Dr. Martin Luther King, where across this America today, they name them, they all over boulevards and all that stuff, and which one they don't let them because they don't say, oh, this one is too smart. They don't call out with problem. The racism will get like this country. Will they take advantage of black people? Black people don't get equal rights. We take advantage of them. Just like how people in a salon like today, they come to customer talker. If you don't talk men, there's some job there, they get out. Now the same thing will happen there. Dr. Martin Luther King, people like that, and then they take them up, Malcolm X them. Then take them up. These are freedom fighters. They say they are leaders. These are the kinds of leaders who they look for. They like today for all the American. We don't for America now because of the 1964 Civil Rights Act. The 1964 Civil Rights Act. Go ahead, Ibrahim.
Just 1966, Rosa Parks na make black man every time they don't seem say na city. In 1960s, go read them.
Thank you. Thank you.
It is as the 60s or way if you rich man can meet black man still na this na America talk about so.
Right.
Right. You see you until black person like that, if you sit not united now.
Thank you.
Now when he take that challenge, now he end that in the. And let me tell you, you know Ibrahim, the minute of rich people to racism, that then join the black wave make them fight against racism. Until the brothers from the statistics they need to be specific, they don't to tribalists at all. They don't mix like tribal. Then join this thing, call them out. We're happy for brothers and so over the Southeast when they call this thing out publicly. But until then, join them with the CC Even the Mendema, we didn't Kailan, we didn't Kenima, we didn't Puja, we didn't Bo, we didn't Bond, we didn't Maba, we not to tribalists, don't you say, no, what in this one I do so much of you, I help, I want to suffer. If we would have come out, looking for suffer. Until then, join we the rest of people, Sierra Leoneans, Ibrahim, it would difficult. We know, but it could difficult.
Comrade.
Let themselves join, like how people them join, the majority queen then, we make today, racism don't talk like say that sickness, I don't want to call us a racist.
You see, comrade, these guys are scared of the consequences of tribalism. They see what's happening at Rwanda. They are conscious of that, but their actions not reflects people away scared. So what they want to do is scare other people when they come and talk about tribalism. Because what they do, then the friends say, oh, if people are awake about this tribalism, it will cause some serious problem for we as a tribe in this country. So, well, that is why we tell us, say, we challenge you now. Every civil society organization, we challenge you now. When I go look at, okay, like I come coach and say, when I left the cabinet structure of the SLPP, then it's established. When they see the amount of the minister, when I left the cabinet structure, let's go to the ministries, departments, and agencies. When they challenge every leader in Sierra Leone, every civil society organization in Sierra Leone, when they challenge the judiciary, when they challenge the parliament gets a responsibility at a time like this for decide issues on these matters. But they not mind talk about them. All the leaders them within the opposition, I want to apply kind of way in manage for talk small about the tribalism. It says see people in the panda towards tribalism. I don't play that audio for now. But this is the thing. The other leaders that within the opposition for mention things like this, people they go cry to the everyday say they don't sack me for 4 years, then they sack people that job them because they no say no to the tribe. It is explicit. We see the statistics here. We challenge everybody, including civil society organizations now, for bring this to an end. We allow adjudicate this matter here. Look at this matter go to court. We go open up investigations. Civil society organizations, you where they come, one for can talk about Dr. Samara Kamaro, like how they build the case about talking about racism, bigotry. It has never been a crime. Now America, when they talk about every day, hey, you can't hold me because I say you are racist. When your actions are racist, you can't hold me. When somebody can hold me for saying about tell and say racist, if your actions towards me is racist, it is not a crime to call it out. That is how you solve societal issues. That is how you solve societal problems. Problem we for bring disaster. We for bring nambara, kind with country. That is how you solve it. You don't stay quiet. Now me make get rebel war. Now some matter be your talk it says a lot of people them una they quiet. Now me could be getting 1992 situation. And not say in 1992 cool. Matter be your talk some people they sit down, they go sit in the one of them, then they quiet. Then they talk about time, and this is the problem we'll get. So every one of you guys, go ahead, people's power.
Ibrahim, the civil society them where they go up and down and talk a lot of things them about the things them where they affect this country the way Dr. Samuel Kama points at them things then they. Where are these civil society where the GTT report? This na a government report, na a report we get for data we create grand picky them. Ibrahim, the GTT reports the point at one tribe. Say now one great tribe na in rule the country for 10 years. This now waiting the GTT report say. Now waiting the GTT report tell we Ibrahim. This now waiting and David Francis writes now the GTT report. How many journalists then come and condemn this? How many civil society then come and make a video or either do an audio and tell David Francis say that thing where you talk now that GTT report what you write is wrong? How many of them come out and talk like that? You they go point at one tribe. He said the APC they rule the country 10 years. One great tribe now rule the country for 10 years. You go imagine that. You go imagine that, Ibrahim.
Absolutely.
With all the Southeasterners them will be there at the APC as ministers, deputy ministers, head of parastatals. You go na the military like we come like we talk. Would I be the head the military? You go na ONS. You go na NEC. Would I be the head the institution and they all? You go na PPRC. You go na NATCOM, NASIT, and all of them things today. Now we all sit down. The one we call it, let's say, Anatoma. Now the first lady tell we say anybody who not to SLPP person not to true Sierra Leone. You go imagine that. Who that come out now can criticize them. Who that come out now can condemn them. Ibrahim go na the ministries, departments and agencies. This recent one now where the Ministry of Lands they give land to Southeasterners. They select people and they apply for land na the western area, rural and urban. The people people when they apply, Ibrahim, if you look the list, 700 people where they qualify, where government give the land them. Out of them 700 people in the Ibrahim, 500 of them people in there, they are Southeasterners. 500 of them people in there are Southeasterners. 500 of these people, they are Southeasterners. And they come up from the Southeast, put on board Mwaba, then they make Rafu for land. People in a Pujong. Then they apply a Freetown for land. Then they win. They all then they Freetown they win. Now they all they put on board Moyamba, Kailau, Kenema, and Bo. Now then they win land. Now then they win the Rafu for give the land at Freetown. Abraham would they see all the things there. Would they see all the things there where they happen? Look the police. For now you see the police, the IG Namende, the deputy Namende, all the people and they go to CID, the director Namende, the deputy director Namende. All of them things that happen. If it, Dr. Samuel Kama look at the things they are, he said this will bring problem in the future. A need for points identity in order for Sidom. Because in a leader, in a politician, if you see the wrong thing they happen, now a right as citizen for points at the things and they not even if you are a politician. I let you not a politician, Ibrahim from the Great and Card Box. You get the right to come and point at the things them. When they go wrong, let we cut. I said, President Bio, it don't succeed for bring tribal one at this country. It don't succeed for bring tribal effect at this country. Ibrahim, when you go to different ministries, departments, and agencies, if you not to mende, you don't work na any agency. Believe you me, Ibrahim, they not go give responsibility. They don't give responsibility. Then they afraid you. They say no, this to mende man. As they say, they look in them. They say you not to mende man. You not Northern. You not APC. Abraham, let them look all the people over there at the office system. Yesterday, the permanent secretaries them. 70% of the permanent secretaries they will work under an escomana. Now, many people go to the Ministry of Finance. Now they be there. You go to all the institutions they are there. Now they be there. When Madam you come, look how he do his sacking. Look how he sack. Look how he do his appointments them. Abraham, take a look and look the cabinet ministers them. Look the cabinet ministers. Look how Marabio line up the cabinet ministers. Look how he make the appointments them. Ibrahim come request and cash box. So people are not only they talk about tribe, where they do the things them. Them guys here so that they Ibrahim, where they do the tribalism, as you point at us so they holla. They say, oh, but these guys they bet on tribalism. They bet on tribalism and that they tell the people now that they tell the people, what you might be able to go talk to people in a Kailau. What they go tell people in a Kailau. So Ibrahim, the tribal team, they don't tell who they talk about them. Now every day come because they talk about tribal audit. For tribal audit, they talk about all of them things that already happen. Like different ministries. Now the military, now the army, all the one they already sack. Look the people already pull at the military. Go to the police, let's see the one they already sack. Today, if you Mendema blunder, then at the police a blunder, they no go ever pull them. They no go ever transfer them. Mendema can talk with you, they no go kill and they no go beat and they no go ever do nothing. But any other party where then other tribe come on a different region. Give you an example, Ibrahim. Make I give you example. The deputy spokesperson for the police, Samuel Sayo Kamara. When Samuel Sayo Kamara come and speak the truth, what did they do? Then demote and they send out elsewhere. If there be any Mendeman, at the police, be do what Samuel Sayo do so, they don't get anything for do to them. They don't get anything for do to them. So we they continuously the points and the things here. Where we bring tribal war, where we bring tribal threat in this country also. We they continue for talk on them. We they continue until and unless the government do the needful thing. Go na SLBC now today. Let's see what they happen at SLBC. Ibrahim, go na SLBC. Go na Bank of Salon. When you go na Bank.
Okay, comrade.
They pull them all time over to you.
Thank you, People's Power. Thank you, comrade. Go ahead and come on in. Let's not hold the floor again too long. Come on in, comrade.
Exactly.
Powerful point.
Like, just for added to what people trying to talk about this. All the talk. Remember to talk about this time and say, no cautious for one thing. One to the move for cautious by. Then man, region and balance, and then they go hide. When they want to talk about APC, they say, and when government, they point Tiniman, Limbaman, Klankoman, Sosuman, Yalunkana, and Mbokudi, Ibrahim, because the Boko Kodola from one side they come out. The Timina from the north, the Limbana from the north, the Yalunkana from the north, the Lokona from the north, the Sosuna from the north, the Fulana from the north, the Madegona from the north, Ibrahim. So if they expect, say, they go for take, so maybe 10 ministers, you get one Timni, one Limba, one Klanko, one Yalunka, one Sosu, one Madingo, one Fula, one Loko, Ibrahim. This is 8 ministers, 8 from the north. Now, see for me. You cannot Freetown, you take Creole, you don't go 9. You gonna South, you take Mende, you don't go 10. You take Koda, you don't go 11. You take Kizi, you don't go 12. You take Kru, you don't go 13. Ibrahim, we will not go take a whole region, 2 regions, when one tribe dominates 90% now from one tribe or 98% of one tribe, we will give 4 ministers and just because of the Mende Southeast. What about the minority tribe, like the Kru? Like the guy when this alone, all this alone, leave the tribes in this alone. So because they know say majority of the tribes that are from the north today, we said in the high regional balance. I've said this thing, I would not say this thing as a platform long ago say we don't need regional balance as alone, we need tribal balance as alone. We know they talk about regional balance here anymore, Ibrahim, because if we talk about regional balance, we'll get so many tribes that are alone, we no go ever benefit by anything. So if a previous government come, they look at tribal balance, they look at the tribes them. And they tell you when President Nkrumah even be making up the appointment them, he forgets a one tribe as alone, very serious. Now make this very clear today, the Kranko tribe. That is where he established his chief minister office, where he make the call for let you just get that balance. Say, hey, we don't left Kranko. Ibrahim, we will go for set a proper country, we go for set a country, we cut across the tribes, where every tribe should be represented. How we can sit in this country, we talk about regional balance, we will say 80% of the other tribes and then one part of the country. They'll talk about regional balance time. It's not possible. If you say regional balance, meaning you take one at the north, you take one at the northwest, you take the balance all at the southeast. It's not possible, right? We are talking of tribal balance. So when we want to talk to them, we say they go make the argument about regional balance. And technically, people don't see this tier. They say, no, Lord take one at south, Lord take one at north, Lord take one at west, Ibrahim. We'll take one at the entire north, and one to one or one what about the other tribes here? So we are talking about tribal balance. And because we don't get tribal balance, let me say, so many times, so office and if you don't take all the Mima, put in one office, take all the Mama in one office, Ibrahim. Then they take salon, they think team or limba, like all get another salon, and maintain the team, not to salon. Go on a neck. The entire neck don't become from one tribe. They are not just tribal, they are highly political. Go on a ONS Ibrahim. The entire ONS don't talk one tribe. They are not just tribal, they are highly political. Go on a SISU. The entire SISU don't talk one tribe. Go on a the police today. The entire police don't be driven by one tribe.
Comrade, yeah. Slow down. Right there. Neck. Mohammed Kanawe Kone, the commissioner Amende. The five commissioners, well, the 4 commissioners we get. Okay, we don't get 5 now, we don't get for the north. 4 of them, not Mendes, of the commissioners they already won re-election. Let's allow people understand this thing. Is this not a problem?
The head of operations, the director of communication, now we go to statistics. Now we see now in history of Salon, people see Ibrahim civil servant job like job is secured. You get tenure. We look at civil servant now. He get to the sack you. One, you commit a crime. We be say against the job in ethics. 2, you age retirement don't catch you. 3, you really say I don't want again. 4, medical grounds. 9, they put possible civil servant. This is a secure job. We see under this regime, then can they go? They say first to go school. Who know? They say school they locked today. When I want to results, then they call. All the appointment they can call. Ibrahim Fona come. The cash box come. I communicate. I can so that we see the sack people in the statistics. Like people we secure of job. Go now many time then sack them. Go now Wataki. Every sector. Let me give you some statistics, Ibrahim. Lord take past and present. Under Nkrumah, matter of fact, let me tell you how Nkrumah succeed. The one they weigh them in there against them, naturally wake up, he left them, he promote them. Let me give you an example from the military. Late Milton, 2007 election, he saw up clearly against APC. He was with Solobi up and down. Where Nkrumah in 2007 election, as in 2007, by 2009, the Joint Joint Force Commander, the number 3 man at the army. In not happened, it took take and go, it turned at CDS. Where you win, most of them where you see them propose them, he maintain them, he don't even touch them. Go now ONS. As when I eat this way, they show Ibrahim and Nkrumah promoter from chief of operation to director general. This time, the man a clear SLPP, you know yourself. He turned the number 1 principal advisor to the president on security and intelligence from chief of operation. In not happening, go now the police. it's continuously anything appoint to body from one region, now that type they take. Before turn the door, now Southeastern economy to specific the IG. The military and as Kuruma take Mende by turn and see the store, it's by turn and deputy. And so that's the serious military deputy from one tribe from one region. Mende man CDS, Mende man deputy. Imagine this Maui that team the man where you take in life, you hand over keys of sister as them. Because when somebody is a president, you're a commander in chief, you take your life, you give to one tribe, that's what Anish do. The army, the CDS I mean the deputy I mean the police, the IG the deputy the ONS CISU, the advisor on security intelligence, the principal advisor and I mean man. So you take in life, you hand over key, South Sister as them. Because that's way for me. These are one time, these are just Anish. When man have you win, when even in 2018. When the first way you begin fact, a pool at the Macaulay, Creoban, a replace us with the man. A pool Kolipa and Pamara, that the chief immigration officer or the deputy, they pull them to a place of Mendine. A Canada bank, he pull the bank over like a place of Mendiman. They go now ONS and CISU. ONS, CISU being get Kurankom and DG, Tiliman DDG. A sacred or two, a cow to Mendiman DDG. They go ONS, a pull Tiliman because as when I do something, I mean as the deputy, he pull it Tiliman. He count Mendiman the Jachoka. From there, he pull where Jachoka died. He take Mendiman now. It's not the coordinator. He take Mendiman to a deputy. Ava with Sano. This is for Manchester region. Go now after now. Go now all the appointment the next teach you now. As when I told you the DG, you know Uncle Nana Chief of Corporation. Martin Labau, when I deputy, you know ref in top I like that issue. This is what we call it. This I just feel the concept. I'm going to Maritime. Maritime from everybody at the place is Mende. Go to the lands. Also they sack them, they replace them not to the tribes. If I move the GPs and make it, you say this is a party time. This is a party time, meaning a particular forget job. I want to say party is SLP, not only not a pocket. 95% of SLP supporters are from 30. So we see them there, we don't call few of them already know we don't just they can talk now, or someone like Kamara don't speak for talk because talk. Someone like Kamara, when going in the finance minister, he take Martin Labau and Martin Ding and Sajisu, he pin them as figures the inside finance. Martin Ding is the head of debt. Sajisu have finance affected the bank. Under APC. Martin Dingy was head of budgeting in the country and Sajusu was head of the debt management. Voila. Under APC also. Yeah. Fine. So look at how I only can think that come with like what you talk. So when they talk, they say, oh, they be left with bad debt. When people don't know what debt actually mean. Now the fact that the person will be managed with debt. Then that's Sajusu. And they go to the extent, they get 10 million for go pay with creditors them. They take a eater. Don't tell me say no, it's how because it take a spend up by SFP. For NB. You know, it's how we check a spend up by the party. Then we put the same day, you know, we just one time for exposing people and no see. When we want to talk about tribal, we see this tribal balance. I'm like, no, them are the position them in whole yesterday, when they still hold and they not pull them because they have been Mindi or they have been SFP, they left and they now in the current same man talk say, it will not be enjoyed the APC. But whose appointment passed in Dingas? I used the appointment at APC. Whose appointment passed as well as Idris? Whose appointment passed Abade? Whose appointment passed? You know, when you look at the past Ibrahim, you see they run a country with cohesion, national cohesion. But when you want to talk about tribal language, then we say regional balance. Until we pull up a region, Cashbox Ibrahim, we focus on tribal balance. We need to solve the problem. And how will they solve this problem? How will they call them out so? Tribalists will call them out the kind of currencies that this country out. I don't want to see this part of the world. Racism the only succeed for Freetown because they call them out. See, you are racist. Now, anyway, it's why I call it racist. I don't let them call it racist. You're afraid because you don't tell like secret this part of the world. Now, so tribalism time. We have already to a point that to the call them. So you una tribal problem, una tribalism. Because Cashbox will not call the call racist out at this part of the world. Tribalism no done as alone and they kill alone. We therefore continue to call them out. Point them. So una tribalism. What thing make it Samora Kamala? Sabi how governance been there yesterday from the APC to the NPRC to the SFP to the APC and now SFP. That might be talking yes point for talk because he don't have long than all of us as alone. It's sabi how the banks been there. It's about finance been there. It's about how the foreign ministry been there because you don't do that all the time there. It's not the civil sector there. If we not call tribalism, then government change. We'll go see and go say all the man we did na land so all go. All many man we na awareness all go. All many man because if we say tomorrow, I'll say for happening. It never happened.
No, but
comrade, pull on her neck, pull on her statistics.
Exactly, comrade. Comrade, we have to clean it up. Comrade, we have to clean it up.
We never get proper structures. They will be we set a structure where not for today, for today to born. Because we never come up from this thing. I get for belong to certain tribe before I get job. I get for belong to certain political party before I secure job. No, you get for get the ability. You get for get the qualification. You have to go what it takes for to get a job. You're not supposed. Where are the school for God's sake? Where the minister don't talk? He say all ministers they work for 3 months. Work load and do proper HOT to the new ministers. For 90 days, they all work. They're not targeting nobody because we got a vision. They can't sack nobody. Samuba was the CDS. Wait, take how many man the CDS? Let and they general if I extend for Azefania. Wait, them we pull and Krioman will replace her. We pull the Krioman. Na Krankoma replace her. We pull Krankoma and Mindema. We pull Mindeman. And Ibrahim and his command 10 years. A no give to the CDS. 10 years. A no give the CDS. 10 years. We can we can take over. Na Mindeman and CDS. We pull the Mindeman. A Kawit Krio. We pull the Krio. A count Kanko, we pull the Kanko, a count Mindi, we pull the Mindi, a count Mindi, we pull Mindi, a count Yalunka. 10 years, not Liman, no Liman. 10 years.
Thank you.
From a young time, you know, nobody did.
Thank you.
10 years, and I also on 9 5 CDS, not Liman, not Liman, no did. How you want to talk about tribalism? How you want to compare the past and the present? And the command for don't take Liman, they put at CDS. If you don't take Liman, I talk to put at CDS, but none of them because you come from 2 times a day. Now they are called for Suriba, from Minde to Krio, to Kranko, to Minde, to Yalunka. Now so you go 6 CDS in 10 years, not Liman, not Limaman. I suppose one can't tell what tribalism is. We the talk because me at the top because I was working. We the this are evidence and the thing they clear. So when they are alive, when they don't die, Buddha they are alive. Buddha they are alive. The rest them don't die. And the one who is where the Sumar point, the rest don't die. Buddha in their life. Let it just try. And Lavon did and Lavon with the Uxuna in a witness. Let go talk in a lie. Let's see one thing been taught CDS. You know ever be. But today, you see, even they appoint Sule as CDS, now Lavon to do all the work because they don't believe them. When they appoint this Kelly Conte as Minister of Defense, the defense are the only side we know they get deputy. Because they don't believe them, then go take Mana Masako Canton as deputy. Because defense, so they get deputy, you need to get 2 ministers. Now, one, because you get the DGD, you get the CDS, so they're making it to get deputy. But because they don't believe Kelly Conte, now not an Anakwanko, they take Masako and go to a deputy defense minister. So how will leverage Ibrahim? We pointed out these things, then they broke procedures because they want to put them man them where they did it. If they any not any place, Ibrahim, they put somebody under you and they do all the work. All the work. That's the sacrosanct fact. Today the army forget deputy CDS because they don't want to get deputy. They want to let do 2 officers, do deputy, they don't join force. They don't believe today. They left the deputy CDS because Ibrahim. We can call it time and again. We go to any ministry. We don't talk about the cabinet because the cabinet thing is the normal. They say I'm out for making cabinet. We don't give a few, and we're not able to talk about it because if I'm at 3 hours, we cannot end this year. But we also get for call this thing out. Or they tell us say when government change, we force any president for kind of structure the entire system as alone. We go for get a proper ethnic audit, meaning each and every type should be represented. We don't say like Timniman and Manigoban get the same people because the population is not the same, but they will be represented. Each and every type should be represented. And we clean all institutions. So when I do no more say, we know this what the circle about the cleanest side of the day. We know they get one time 80-90% of one time around the office is not possible. Now a mix of every tribe as alone.
Absolutely. You know, Cashbox, let me bring you in, my brother. You know, one Wetsman, misbehaved by you the other day. Now you tell and say he's a racist. His actions are very racist. Now any Wetsman can you go court? You say you don't commit a crime, you know, for call and saying a racist. So Cashbox, when is it a crime? For now we get the people like Dr. Martin Luther King them, Malcolm X them, these freedom fighters will stand up and call out racism in America. For let black people for take over and get power. Let black people be represented. When is it a crime to call people out on tribalism or racism? Talk to me, my brother.
Look, Ibrahim, you see, and we, the very black people that we live in the diaspora overseas, now we very well, some of them thinking they talk nonsense. Ibrahim, some of the jobs that you and I get in this country, you get a top job, me then and my family, get me both them. But even the fact that, like, we added to get me both them and my family, Ibrahim, the reason why it makes sense and give me that opportunity then for to get both of them now this country, now because of like the one kind of like create this ethnic diversity, the ethnic minority then for make them get chance for playing in the society because this society, them, we don't accuse them of being racist. And I tell you, Ibrahim, most people when they get, like we in inverted comma, white collar jobs, not to say them other ways man and not they will sabi or even sabi pass them all. But waiting in the try for create right now every society them that the fact that they want to get the ethnic minority for being represented into the board. As I talk to you right now, there are certain companies there inside the UK where they force them forget like ethnic minority inside the board. As I talk to you right now, it is part of the culture that ethnic minorities should be represented that they board them. Not say they don't get Boku with money will qualify back home, but they do them because they want to get a level playing field. They want to make people and be represented. The reason why I'm saying this, Ibrahim, and remember, these are people that we don't accuse, and they were racist, they were hurtful to us, the black people.
Absolutely.
But what happened because they want to create this thing now for they see and say that they move away from this racism. What did they do? They bring black people them, they force them part of their corporate responsibilities. Yeah. They tell them that you need to get black man inside, you need to get Indian man inside, you bomb. They force them to do it right now as I talk to you, Brian.
Right.
And America, I believe, say they even get like more like a stringent rules them.
Oh yeah. Black people, diversity. This the thing the way people they take courses on them. You take courses on them for understand what is the effects of diversity within institutions. Cashbox, I don't cut you one of my brother when General Colin Powell, when I be the first black man, we become a chief of staff now, American for Daiso, right? The secretary of defense as well, right?
Yeah.
Stay Daiso.
Okay, yes.
Right. Stay Daiso, bruh. We come na clinic. Would I want see na me want see force? General Mattis. Wait, on top they call Mad Dog. We come na clinic. Would I force you want see na me want see? You know what you know, Cashbox? Because I'm the only black dude amongst all these white kids and party. Yeah. I'm the only black dude amongst all these white women them and everything else. Yeah. So everybody knows because they know the importance of that. So when other black people them come na big person them. Tell Michelle Obama so he come like when they come na clinic. They know this one guy when the black dude when they see me, you see up and they say yes. Because they feel good because they know okay, there's this one person. I'm telling you, man. But go ahead, Kashi. I don't want to talk about me now. Go ahead.
That's the point right there. I used to tell people, I'm fortunate for once I want to get born there, where, Ian Wright be the kind of like pick some upper press that are gone. Like Ian Wright. And I'm telling you, Ian Wright, they come every time they go look for me, even though they ask for me. Because, Ibrahim, like what you talk so saying that they do causes them on these things. Like one thing they now in the world, when EDI, equality, diversity, and inclusion, all these things, now forget people them, like ethnic minorities them, for play a part in our society.
Yes.
I'm saying this, and because you comrade people's power don't talk about this salon issue. But if anyone they were in the diaspora, when they say these things for me, they understand, say, because they know, say, if they're left them in there, they remember, say, oh, black bikini, most of the time, then they take knife, then they stab themselves, and they take gun, then they shoot themselves. What's in the kind of like carry life? They say, what's in the root cause to this? For say that because the black people are not being represented, they feel like I said they've been left out of society. Is this the reason? So straight away, they say, let we begin get them involved in society. Let them be like the top ranking people, the people them, and like make them feel. So the young one they go see the big one them say, then they come inside small. Ibrahim, because until the reason why they get to that stage when they begin to say black people are for being represented, that big company, the board and all that, because people called it out. People will be they talk about the suppression of black people. People will be they complain about the racism that in that society. So straight away, they change the pattern. So waiting wrong if we call these things out na salon. If anything, we're helping the many people because we don't want to make a government change. They're going to begin to sack them all over the place. If anything, we're trying to clean the society. So when it will come in the future, everyone will get like an equal share, like a taste of the pie, Ibrahim. And as I talk to you right now, Ibrahim, when I remember Comrade People's Power, when I remember we talked about two them two picking them way like they go lock up because they say, oh, they cost Madam Yuba or something like that. They say, who are the presidents? Wait, like this guy where you say you be Sabi, kind of like Ibrahim.
Right.
Do you know that they go pay 17 million to IG Subula for that thing?
Good morning, boss. How are you, man?
17 million. Then the family go pay. Just for make them clear the case from them picking it. 17 million leons.
Then IG
Subula asked for. You know, I guarantee you, Ibrahim. In fact, this is another point for make the ACC man. May go check if that money they go down the consolidated fund. And waiting at the chance, Seth, who's gonna Subula for go charge somebody? I mean, come here, you know about security. You go tell me. Why make Subula now go charge 17 million? Is that right? I don't know. I do not know if Subula get the authority for do that. But you know, Ibrahim, this is not the problem we get now in society. The fact that like the tribesman of Mother Bio then they say and say, but when somebody costs the president, like you don't commit crime. So in they eat money out of that, and they take and say if somebody costs the president, he need for protect in tribesman.
But Cashbox, yesterday, it did the news. President Biden in WEF, they go now stop like the ice cream shop. One somebody heckle at the crowd. Your husband is the worst and this and that. I promise you, if not, my mother be there. Then they go chase that person in the beat up. But America is part of the rights to free speech. It's part of the right to free speech.
When you talk about President Joe Biden, you know this. Now just I don't see no one for not talking about Xbox. Man, you know for that people don't say we will talk on this platform. We're not just talk, but they do you lift to that corner. And one just appreciate the effort you make for let you right to the president as well as you serving. But while the world not see and the thing the president don't acknowledge. Or just the place like many civilians and follow that step they say, irrespective of say the right to you leader for about your country. Let them see we all talking on the media, but we all get different role for play. Yeah. In life, we all know we're equal. Let them know so we definitely say, we want to talk on this platform. We all get all that thing for the minus talking. We push the game in different ways. Them for let make sure say Salon get a proper democracy. So you know, on behalf of this platform and each and every one, of course, people celebrate you a lot. One normally know say what you do, go into people them Salon and then at us who follow that to 3 days. Everybody was saying this is the right step. Let them know say we're not just talking. You know, they can take your time. You know, cut from your sleep, cut from your time. All the levels to the time will come to sit down for the audios. But we are still because the audio now for people them. But guess that we say the why they wait for understand, wait for know the products alone. Then they know and Joe Biden not possible. So thank you so much for that.
Absolutely, comrade. Better when you bring that topic on. You see, like these are some of the things that way people like you feel say, when they ready and say behind the scene. You know, like we don't know what they do behind the scene. You know, this is not very Ibrahim where they talk every day, where they go, they grab 5 o'clock, where they go walk, they now go to car, they do audio, talk about this. Not only they do that, they go back behind the scene and write. And people are doing it. Like, comrade, every day they're on Twitter, they tweet. Like, people are doing it. When we tell them parliamentarian, they say, but when I go to tweet, waiting they happen at the country. You know, like, it's just like this Subula thing. So, I can go Twitter. How Subula will go charge the kid 17 million? I would definitely go and look for the president and tweet on their page. They just see you IG they charge Pekin 17 million just because they kind of like us. They go Ibrahim they talk like this Joe Biden your woman. They kind of like tell us say, oh, you president of the world. Not so now we go see one guy that when he called president in convoy the pass. Yeah, he said we want it, so we want it. What do they do? They kind of like the guy in he split.
Yeah,
just because the guy said it right.
You know, Cashbox.
Do you want to come in?
No. I was just saying, you know, to that point when I make so Cashbox from recruiter, you know, yeah. But at Salon, we all grow up. You see, comrade, we say this one thing, regardless of whose side we put, we say whose side we don't reach delicate today, not to by will power and by God in power, and we're not better pass anybody. You know, the life we live, you know, equal. Cashbox, comrade Koita, how could they talk and say, you know, me and my mama, they watch the other day, you know, YouTube, and put their host there when they sell, you know, like a $5 million. Or $10 million, or when one great man they go spend a jewelry shop $250,000 just for buy chain and some ring and this and that. The world not level. All man they outside there. You let people learn for respect with individuality. That's all it is. I respect you, respect me. Let no more say like how we can say President Koroma. Look at God the bless and they like it today. Look inside the way they go, the roads the way they take. It's everybody getting on. You cannot go there and go and go. But anyways, you know, I don't know if you want to put that out there, but for let people understand them for say these are the effects. People that know, people will matter should know about these things, and they for know about them. But no, go ahead, Kashi. But I bring that point to make.
Not to put them. Not to make you talk and have we can work out. I don't know if it's no more. Now talking about the talk behind the scene. Behind the scene, that's why I can feel upset because we. We say too much. The whole they talk so right to not talk nothing. We say too much. Close years are over only.
Right.
So they able for we would all to life them, not to just to life for family life them. We don't to you opportunity to get for go to our country. Live like kind of live. Work up and go to beach, enjoy, go club, dance the kind of dance so go free. Ibrahim, if you say you go to salon, you spend $4,000-5,000. Only go to spend $2,000-3,000 for like enjoy for that 1 2 weeks. You come, they don't know hotel you want go club and so what want to have. But still we don't all I need. When they say we don't know what to do. Go to and do behind the scene like kind of public now.
Absolutely.
Like in a public now. The more maybe target FCC, you put a public, like in a public now. No, they can. Now Luma, yes, no sell the country. Would they sell them or no? Would they buy or no? So no the whole. Would they sell? Would they buy? No the whole. You know, salon. Now they go person 2 tipa and go tips. One tip somebody in goat. The goat run now. They don't count before the owner. Tipa also tap and watch. Would they go claim the goat? Lost here now. Once would they run after the goat. But now they take for food play. Yes, lost would they run after the goat. Cash box will not continue for keep quiet financially. I would make what we count them because now we for talk them. Let them know say and sometimes then they Ibrahim they say if you nobody not praise you, praise yourself. Yeah. If nobody not celebrate yourself. And I mean you can do it for them. If nobody not clap for them, they clap for yourself. Say me na man.
Yes.
It's high time let people begin know now say we are not just talking here. Like we say, we all not equal. Ibrahim cash box, we all not equal. Some of them do extra to them. We appreciate each and every when we could continue for talk and say, you will the listen, you will the share, you will the right to all they do the same job. We appreciate everybody, but trust me, some people and job it the double. Like what to make the top of Afghanistan space. We all don't fight this fight here. But the angle when we come out to this corruption today, help a lot as alone. For us see the level of civil government and do them. Don't bring a very big checkmate to any government to get back. Because they feel now say, who's a begin to for example in go see. Therefore, appreciate people who they can today, take their time, their precious time for themselves, their family. But look, Ibrahim, they go there, so you come over, you even when I was pay back, or do life. When I feel when I want to live life, so when I say Ibrahim, it's high time. We don't want to celebrate yourself. This is why I would talk and me say, let us read the letter. Not to say now post out and see from the White House where you already respond to Ibrahim for now a letter and concern with this about Sierra Leone. You know how many people in there salon we do work. Let them do the same thing with them, push them for them and follow suit. When I do, I not for just talk, when I say do it now. Lord say we all declare for like salon in democracy. We people don't for me. We will keep quiet. We are not talking. We negotiate to government say that we need talking about good. We will do them. But now we choose for say if we suffer, say let us suffer, let us picking them. Or can picking them or just say to let them enjoy. So be it, Ibrahim. This is how the Lord can let them know say yes. Ibrahim for another write a letter and the president of United States, the world leader about responsibility say salon and take they take up the highest constitution. That's what you put up. They take up the highest constitution on Sierra Leone. So who they talk and be by? There's no post of this we talk about.
Well, that's the thing, comrade. If you go just you don't say they can begin to talk, they're parliamentarian, they are way, way I make like I said, they do work behind the scene where they know they sell with country. They will tell you, say, oh, don't we don't need for count with the letter, the guys for make like the world can't see, for me when I can't see. And then guy there's a bit full salon people there. And they tell you Ibrahim comrade and people's power. Now the way we salon people don't sell, we sell to the people to them politicians there.
But Kashi, to that point, if they say so, then it left to salon people them now. I feel say over the past 4 years, we don't do enough for educate salon people them. And we want to see if salon people are going to buy their nonsense excuses. Then no member of parliament for work behind the scene. Member of parliament's now representation. It is public. Absolutely. You are a public figure, and everything you do should be public. It should be open. It should be transparent. You don't a coward. You should be able.
But I just cut you right there. When you publish the letter out there, waiting you bring to salon people and confidence that Joe Biden is aware of the situation at salon. It gives the people this resurrection of mind. Say, the top man of the world is aware of the situation. But what you do? You find out, say, you black the area, them we're sensitive.
Absolutely.
Right? Where people are not need for no. This is the thing. We have lawyers in the opposition where they're supposed to know the things that were there for rights, the things that were for they out there, the things that were not for they out there, when they don't go indict themselves and then put something on Twitter, they ought to know the things that were there for talk. Because being with people people confidence. Give the people a mind for me they know say somebody somewhere they protect them. You know, grace for just the go write all kinds of things way sensitive out there. But what you for do? Like for instance, Honorable Chaituko is a lawyer. He's been in parliament for 15 years, like coming to 20 years now or so. So what he can easily do now for kind of like write something on Twitter, write something to the public, Facebook, go on BBC, go on Al Jazeera, go and tell them, you know, I think when you're going to talk, you're going to know you don't need for indict yourself. Come on, we're not picking them. You're not waiting for say, you're waiting for talk, for making people have confidence in you. Come on, man, we all know, Ibrahim. You don't just go indict yourself like that. No. But anyway, you know what? Let me. Sorry, come with.
Yes. Let's come back to the tribalism. Yes.
Yeah. Let's come back to the tribalism.
What is the crime?
Because you know, comrade Ibrahim and People's Power. You know, when you look at the last government, like what you talk so, Matthew Dingy. Matthew Dingy was head of budgeting in Salone. You know, people do not actually know where they say you're the head of budget. You know, Ibrahim, when you draw a budget,
right?
Yeah, you they kind of like tell the intention. The budget supposed to be the intention of like any association, any government, any country. It is the intention which they plan for do. So much so that this guy, now he was the heartbeat of the government. Because now he got the budget. Now he tell me the intention of the country. Which the government kind of like plan for do. Now this guy, now he not be the head of the budgeting, like budget Nasalom. Now Mende Ibrahim. You know, waiting we don't see that this government, that the fact that they put all the henchmen them, the tribesmen them, so when in the thief, nobody go unnoticed. Nobody no go pull on a do. Now I if you watch waiting come and be the talk earlier, they kind of like put all the tribesmen in there for make them cover up the mess. You know, thank God for the Africanist press. Where you don't need for kind of like dinner the offices there for make it see. You know, but Ibrahim, this is not the problem. The heartbeat of the last government again within the budget, the possibility to draw the budget, because the budget like now is supposed to display the intention of any government. So much so that when you draw them, if you deviate from the budget, the person who draw the budget need for write a report as to why you deviate from the budget. If you don't spend up to the budget, the person who writes the budget supposed to write a report as to why you don't spend up to the budget. This is how critical Matthew Dingy a role in day. Ibrahim, when you go to like the director of debt management, this very Sajusu, when I am the financial secretary now for this government, was the director of debt management. Every time they talk, say, oh, but kind of like, you know, he left me, we country in budget, like in debt, zero, because they write them off. You know, salon people, when they tell them over and over again, if they write you debt off, now bad thing for you. It's not good for you. It just, again, people an example. For when you sit down, Ibrahim, if I owe you money.
Yeah. You go to lost 10,000, Leone. Yes. You know able for pay. The possible go to okay. And see you know able for pay. I left you tomorrow. I go trust you back.
Thank you, People's Power. That's the point exactly where I make right there, the People's Power. The fact that you go take debt. You know, I've been listening to this Nigerian presidential hopeful. Something I think that is Governor Obi or something like that. Something Obi.
Yeah, Obi.
You know, Ibrahim, this guy was talking about the strategy, say, like Nigeria ain't go able to change Nigeria in 4 years or so. He said for go take debt, not to the problem. He said if you go take debt for consumption, that's the problem. But if you take debt for investment, and when I listened to that, I was like, wow, this is what Africa need. Africa, and they tell people every day, if we sit down, we say we need to go take debt. You know, Kagame, like how I respect him so much. I listen to him one the way he talks, say, oh, Africa don't need debt. I look at him and say, oh, this is where we're going wrong. Ibrahim, Africa, if we not go take debt, wait till we depend so. We depend poor. We cannot wait until we sit down, they go say, okay, let's go spend diamond before we go make water. No! The thing that they will God bless me with, they're supposed to be as a collateral. But you know, Ibrahim, man, no deviate. Like, what's the people's power they talk?
No, guys, what's talk is, you know, better almost debt America gets.
No, but one thing, you know,
the world richest country.
America is the most indebted country. Recently, COVID, when they were kind of like come out of the problem na COVID. You see of COVID. You know what did they do? 2 trillion. 2 trillion. Now Joe Biden say for make them kind of like release that to the public. Parliament go begin to say I think they reduce that to 1.
How many debts will UK get? Who they can big to them? So who they can big to them in the trust debt? They won't want trust debt.
Thank you.
Who they can big to them? They give in. I trust the trust for giving. They won't want trust debt.
Yes, they go take debt or can't give it. You know, this now is stupid because they know. Let me tell you, comrade, what's in the happen? They go take debt, the bank, then they function, then they pay interest. As a result of that debt, still, they make people in the get job.
Right.
And they create job back for them. When they go take debt, they put them into public, they go beginning building roads. The one when they make the road, then they kind of like get employment, then they pay tax into, you know, hey, comrade, you know, the country is sorry. Africa is sorry. The very thing that will get country there, I'm not like to tell people and say, we na coals of fire now we eat. I make Africa the better. Because now I am money now we eat. Because then people are they go take debt, they go give it grants, they go give it donation, they go give it free money, then we eat them, we tip them. Now make the money the better we. Because now alaki money, around money, because the people are they go take debt. Imagine this Sajusu, now the very man them. Imagine for me they say you're a director of debt management, man. They look how the thing can turn. As NPC commercial, they can make you financial sector. Who almost know say you've been the sabotage the last one. This is not the result of tribalism. And they make what things are just for don't do for the country, for make the country better. No, it deprive them because it be the fight for almighty SLPP. This is not the danger, Ibrahim, of tribalism now we country. I'm telling you, people in the joke with this thing. Because all along, when Sajusu and Matthew Dingy been in a budget, when they did it and debt management, all what they do now for play the card for sabotage the last government, so the almighty SLPP go kind of power. So instead of waiting for the do things them for benefit the country, no, they do things them will be the benefit SLPP, so they will come and can take power. Now I know people in the accuse we say, oh, now because we want power, on a case. So, but we don't want power, we want the better one of Salon. You see, Ibrahim, right. Look, when you look at the sorry, you want to come in?
No, go ahead. I was just saying, right, yeah.
This is not the danger, Ibrahim, of tribalism where people don't know. Right now, they don't get mind put because they know what thing they do. They don't get mind put northerners them close to outside and they make decision. They don't get mind. Because then feel them go do the same thing to them. And this is not the reason when make waiting Samura Kamara point out. You know, everybody in that country they for talk about that. I was happy when I listen this man where he talk. I was so happy because this is not the root cause. Ibrahim, if they go take money, like now, this government no get mind put because they say nobody need to work. They all they work for the tribe. They all they work for them party, nepotism. They all they work for like the rich or the all anything. Nobody need to work for the country, the benefits of the country. So why we not for point them out? Why Samuel Kamara not for point them out? Why? Why Ibrahim? You see, with problem when we get now, we country, this thing they affect every facet of society.
Oh yes.
Every area, this thing they affect Ibrahim. This is the reason we need to point it out. I was too shy to talk about it. But you know what? When I come for realize the problem, Nasalon, I'm telling you, tribalism, Ibrahim, they play a big role to like the malfunction of the country. Tribalism, they play a huge role. Mm-hmm. And this is the reason why we should call it out. And you always
then Cashbox, what make Kuno for call about? Go to the TRC report. It's one of the main causes where they recommend, where they grumble. See, tribalism is there. Cashbox, it inside the report of what you make them say what they want to push for. So for the still on the report, see that this thing make them work on as alone. Why no time for call about? You know, well, this one of the causes them where they inside the TRC report, tribalism is inside the report is inside it. Now they see that as alone. So one who call about Cashbox.
Thank you.
They're not the poor man, cut people and the one who call about now for them happy again.
It's true. Come with, I think any leader in that country, the way they come, or the cabinet, then for take the TIC report, when they say it 100% too, but then for kind of like they use that as a mirror for make we country. You know, but Ibrahim and Comrade the People's Power, I will close by saying this. The very thing we make some power, we Salon people, they thrive now the diaspora. Today is the very thing we talk about tribalism. The reason why somehow we get the jobs them we get, not because we qualify past the waiting demo. No, now because they want kind of like get like an inclusive society. They want kind of like get like an equal society. They want kind of like get like a diverse society. Some of us like because they rule and they are in favor we make like they like today, like now, if you go to any company, they see so with man them, then they frown at them, say why we not get some black man them? The reason that in itself they create opportunity for we the black people. Some of una the job they won't una get now because of that very reason, because of racism, then they try to stamp against it. And this is the reason why we should stamp against tribalism, just like the benefit where we enjoy now the diaspora. Over to you,
Cashbox, you almost don't round up the message because that is a brilliant close right there. And that is the very reason why we do what we do. Good morning, that is the very reason why we do what we do. You know, because a lot of people have not listened. The reason why some of us today get opportunity in the diaspora, even for the black man and begin joining the military, that because people them were brave to call out racism. Racism is almost the equivalence of the tribalism within Africa. And kill Africa, tribalism, and don't kill Africa. This tribalism talk here, so until every Sierra Leonean is comfortable to point it out and call out when you see acts of tribalism, you call them out, and this from the leaders them. Again, Salon, the problem we get now leadership. We get a bunch of leaders them. We don't know how to handle certain issues. They are all cowards. I remember the first time I begin to talk about this tribalism, from the over these 4 years, what they pay comrade, begin. But we get any people in the NGC or they can't attack we. Hey, look at the talk tribalism, look at the talk tribalism. Because this is the problem. They don't want to point out the problem, the fundamental root cause of the problem in Salon today. Might have you failed today because of tribalism. Now I make SLPP fail like I don't feel so. Because what you do is surround yourself with all in tribesmen them. Nobody no get mind say anything. Even though they see things they go wrong, they cannot point it out. Because what you do, they have the tribal code. Now we brother, Dake. If you be surrounding yourself with other people and from other ethnicities, them, other tribes, them, they go tell her the fact. Say, hey, but Sierra Leoneans, them, regardless if this is the problem that the sycophancy within our nation. Because some of the leaders don't want to be told the truth. When you telling the truth, they find a way for fire you and sack you. And say, one can challenge me, and me get in position, one challenge me. This is a problem as well. But at the same time, tribalism. For those solve inside Salon, we get for be confident for talk about that. Like how America, the racism is still in America, it's still there, it's present. But every day, people they fight against them. Constant, it is a battle. American a battle, racism. It is a battle. Go to YouTube. Go look people in channel like Roland Martin. This guy, we get Roland Martin unfiltered. When I go look at YouTube, just type Roland Martin, Martin, Roland. Like we brother Roland with McKinney, Roland Martin. Go type a number on YouTube. Look in channel. It's all about fighting for rights, people's rights, blacks' rights. If we keep quiet, it go pervade the society, and it go bring back again people again for begin struggle back. You know, again black people go begin struggle like the America thing, and it's still going on. Now I had the first day he tweet about George Floyd. He talking on Facebook or whatever. What he do? Racism. Because that white might not respect the black man. He look at like a cow. He look at like animal. He put in a neck. What he do? Racism. So now so tribalism. They put them the knee now people and neck them. Hypothetically. And they squeeze them because they don't belong from the tribe. Then they fire in our workplace. Healthcare not better. Member of parliament, they don't tell we say the members of parliament, the SLPP members of parliament, they fly them. What he do? Tribalism. Now them brother there. Hey, every Sierra Leonean, you get a responsibility for talk about this tribalism, but it starts with the leader them. And in a time like this, we watch them. Everybody who want contest for flag bearership of the APC, you did a parliament, you did a opposition, you were a former minister, all of them get a responsibility to point out these things. People then go cry to una. What you have to do that for put evidences together. Matter of fact, when I begin bring eyewitnesses then together. If the civil society organization not do it, members of parliament una get a responsibility for doing. Una call one member of parliament in Cap and put out a message today and say everybody that was fired from their job since 2018 una come and meet me. So society we're going to hold a public meeting. I'll talk about this. Let know the circumstances under which you were fired. Therefore, begin put them here together in a responsible society. When you get responsible members of parliament, but comrade, round up for we comrade left and here. Continue to work, man.
Me simple message to Salon and then after all to say Salon is bigger than all of us. Salon is any political party or any individual. Meaning, what you do today, if you're a good thing, then we can do it. We picking them, we can picking them, and use it to body. If you're bad, it affects you. We picking them, we can picking them, and use it to body. What thing affects you today? But we do. Now, tell about Margaret doing 1961 affects me today. Yeah. The bad independence will get 1961 affects me today. and if they are not to picking them, we will not let them not to picking them. So what would the serious what to do? They take all the time they spend on social media. Now the bad of yesterday, what happened over 30 years ago, over 40 years ago, over 50 years ago. Now we don't inherit so. So we don't left for picking them. We already paying. We don't transfer to picking them. We already one left enough for picking them. No one cut so today. So you in a southeastern aba, you in a northwestern aba, you in a western aba, you in a Minde, you in a Tim, you in a Limba, you in a Loko, you in a Kranko, you in a Mandingo, you in a Fula, you in a Soso, you in a Crew, you in a Gizi, you in a Bai. Now we can together. Now we talk see, we will not get any space for one tribe dominance. We will talk about tribalism because the one tribe dominance we fight against that. We will not encourage that today, we will not encourage that tomorrow. If we pick one up by the 24th of June next year, then how I am now, we don't get new government next year, June 26th, we don't get next government. The government will come, when they pay key attention, one, come to proper structure in all government institutions, the private sector, where they don't go tribalize. Rest assured, we need to allow for like each one tribe even get 20%. Now we can place no. The government, the first tax will understand the way they can afford clean the entire system and will build a structure as a community toxin now. They are things that come from Barack Obama. Say we don't need strong government, we need strong institutions. We also get a mix of mentality. If you put one in demand, put one Lima, put one Krakow, put one Yaluka, put one Soso, you put one Loco, you put Creole, where they all the different thinking, then they work towards the nation development. They don't go to one language. They go to our own right now. As they talk to, now go and look, man, at you. Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces in ADC, when in ADC 1, that's what German, in ADC 2, policeman, they also have been from the same tribe. Two different forces from the same tribe. The ADC 1, that's what German, the ADC 2, policeman, but they also have been in CSO, in President of the Air Force Commander, 99.9% of the security in a lodge, all of them from one tribe, what you qualify you for Gusigua. They're not even following procedure. This is the Commander-in-Chief, Ibrahim. The head of state, Maui Sam, now under APC in the army, he enjoy. Commander-in-Chief of the armed forces. Everything around them is one tribe. We know they allow for let somebody can take saloon, they make a one-time dominance. These are just a simple example. We know also don't say no to one-time dominance. Tribalism will not get space. Except the tribal dominance, Ibrahim. But don't make tribalism civilized and like this is civilized. So how you go there, they don't say this is racism, but they civilize them. They take note of then they mix are small. But they civilize them to the highest level. Civilize them now. Not can do tribalism in a nepotism manner except now. You openness. They talk about one-time dominance here. One-time dominance, then they say, and I be lie. Then they will get an JB dollar. Then they will turn vice president all as a luna. We're gonna be to food. We're gonna Amaras. You know, me, I don't know. Say that pull that say that one. I'm just not allowed to enjoy on the APC. This president don't get symbol on the APC. It's a two election. It stand for APC candidate. All what's happening today, then try for Saifunam, but God don't expose them. So now we team up as Sierra Leoneans will say no to one-time dominance. Tribalism, now the worst war will go fet. We salon after full life is something happen. Rwanda go beating on the past. Rwanda in 90 days, Ibrahim, the more than 800,000 people in 90 days. 800,000 people in 90 days. If something happens as alone, Ibrahim, the worst is set to happen.
Absolutely. So everybody, when I call on the leaders them for speak against this tribalism, you will be affected with them fire a job because they know you know saying for because of your tribe, then pull you there. When I all come out and speak up, everybody put out a message. When I not sit on the rely no more on where you can't talk no more when I get collapsed. You say put out a message. Say me na so possible they work na me near they work na so society and put you themselves, but because of so they fire me. These are the things where I make get people like Dr. Samora Kamara who go be the next president by God in power that country for come and fix them problem there. Because if you are the president, then you need to identify the problems and you don't get mind for talk about them. But go to hell, man. Go to hell. Africa, we need people we vibrant when they talk about issues. We're ready for can solve them problem. That is what we see in Dr. Samora Kamara. Then they wonder why people and they go team up there rooftops them. They allow for Dr. Samora Kamara. Then they wonder why. But these are the things. But we left and civil society organizations, they watch you now. We're gonna deal with you now when the time is right. Within the confines of the laws. Una not take care of the people in the lake today. Una disappointed Leoneans in the lake today. We are disappointed in a lot of you guys. We watch una. We continue in foolishness. Now so some of una be end up when go aside, when go turn political slaves because that's what we call a Liberia for the rest of our lifetime. Now they repeat back so this time because una not get place now society. Una not big civil society. Una represent the people. Go sit on the talk where a leader talk about. Go sit on the go on and mock them because of una tribal epithets. Una go and bring all kind of foolishness inside it instead of una address the fundamental problem and the real issues that is actually affecting our people. To hell with all of una civil society organizations. Them we delicate they coming around them what they talk nonsense against Dr. Samora Kamara. The time will come. The people go judge una. Una wait no more. We left for now. Bye bye.
Well, I saw exactly they do. I mean, I don't see what they end now.
Oh, you
but
go.
I saw them do mayor episode back way before it's about, isn't it?
Right. Then they get this like this concerted efforts. They all come with power. Look after. Then the rest of the people afraid. Then the talk died down. But this one I still don't pick up. So they pick up till we get a proper ethnic audit inside Sierra Leone. We need ethnic audit inside our institutions. Statistics Sierra Leone, NEC, PPRC, all of these institutions have been tribalized. We want follow we audit them. So a lot of people have when I get the responsibility for call on these issues them. Let the leaders and talk about them. And thank you to Dr. Samora Kamara because he's a magnanimous leader that possibly don't see these realities and say I'm going to talk about these things. That is what you call a leader. Somebody will see the bad thing there and call them out. And if you don't para me hide. Tomorrow trouble come boy say if I be no talk. No, we want contest for leadership within the APC party and other political parties them. Want to speak up on these issues. Want to see in front of our eyes. Want to know exactly what we're talking about. Look the cabinet structure. Look the MDAs them. All the heads of agencies them. When I go look up. When I say go be the judge now. Left for now. When I continue no more. When I not tired, already tired. That's how they go. How they go no more. Bye bye everybody.
Una good evening, my sisters and at this number forum. I just meet up this my sister where they talk about Mende, about Samora Kamara. I be just eager for me and really talk about this situation where Omari Butupa Samora Kamara. Samora Kamara not talk nothing about Mendes. Not begin nothing for do with Mende at all. More left for the talk something. More left for the read people their mind. Not really nice. Not good at all. What did that man they talk now the truth? Now the fact truth now talk. Not concerned for say they talk about tribalistic or whatever. Now what did they go on at the country and how the president they behave in the country? Now that man they try for mimic, they try for provoke Mother Bio of a leadership in Sierra Leone and how they do them. How they pick a particular tribe number for a particular tribe of that country. And I'm more left for the divergent here, so fine. More left for the go people they bring with they talk, what they not talk, what they not mean. Now what they go on at the country, now the man be they try for 30 people there for say this Maya who choose as a president, he's tribalistic. All he think about is his own people, Mendy. And the thing happen at the country, not to anything go for the bend they play game with, not fine. What did the man talk is true. And not go talk anything or insult Mendy people then. You not do that at all. You not insult any Mende person. When I'm more left for the talk that here, more left that here. So if we love Salome, more all come together and do something right for that country day. What is wrong is wrong. If somebody don't do wrong, more could tell for say don't do wrong. That man not said nothing way wrong, but Mende people then. Now how the leadership of Sierra Leone right now, what do they go on? All right. Now what do you see now? He talk. You not just go and make them up, can't talk about them. You not do that. Let's be real here. We want to mend them. You not insult Mende people. You not can't talk say Mende people when I get brigade or Mende people and I saw them there. Or no. Now what the matter be they do? Now the man can't talk. Every government job in that country now Mende they get them. Let's be realistic. Now Mende they get their job the day. Not to no other tribe them. Now Mende. You go na na Mende. Even na airport when you reach there na for talk Mende. Everybody where they na Mende. What do they talk about na here? What do they really talk about na so? It's real. Now the fact. That man not talk nothing way bad. Nothing, absolutely not talk nothing way bad about Mende people them. And not disrespect no Mende. Now more left for the truth to talk they not fine. What's that the truth they post more they talk am. And this trip here not go for work oh. But they put it back with themselves smart. Would they smart? Would they think? And would they forget God? And then go support me brother because I'm a brother. We go do bad. I support at Sinabiana. No. When you wrong because hey, when you die now, you want to go na grave. Not to me or you they go now na me grave, or not to you get for go stand for me for talk for me. No, I mean one get for talk for myself. So this trip, Oma talk the truth when I say the truth and let the devil be ashamed. And at this matter be now this he wants, baby. What did they go on right now? That matter be wants. Samura come not say nothing bad about me people there. You not disrespect me there in any shape or form. Arrest me. Me na post it very hard for me. I can't on social media. I don't already see her back and forth. You know, everywhere people there, especially the mandate and no more they can at the forum they talk for say what is Samura Kamara talk now. You know good. What did that man they really talk now? I'm on really no tell me about what is say about mandate people there. We're really wrong. Or when I disrespectful to we talk to mandate people there. When I tribalistic, when I lie in life and mandate them. Or when in life for say what they go on at the country now lie. Now this I want for really know. You not get right for me to talk about what they go on at the country, not instead not to Leone. The man get right for say what they go on, what's not the wrong thing where they go on, he get right for talk. If tribalism be there before, it not be there, we not worse like now. How it worse in the country, really, really worst. Let's call a spade a spade. Tribalism very worse in Sierra Leone right now. Everywhere you go, any office you go, if you not talk me, nobody may talk to you. They're not to lie. Because they go salon every year they go salon. I can say there's 6 weeks, even more than that. So what will be the true more talk? Every side where you go now, if you not talk me, then they attend to you. And not like before 2014, 16, 17, they go salon. You not go for talk, you not go for in a Creole, the general language now they talk. I don't go for express me say some Mende for me no say me na Mende or express me say I don't sabi talk Creole self. But now you know, as I open much to know for say me na Mende. But they never treat me bad. Ever since why they look for why they change me passport. Now this trip is worst. 2014 I go change my passport. I not get one problem. 3 days my passport don't come out. Nobody not tell me say me come in and Mende and they give me passport. You have to see me name no more. You know. But look, up to today, I not get me passport. Up to today, what they talk about. Now how many months? I come on salon March. I got for left me passport. Till today I not get them. Let's call a spade a spade. You know? You get for bribe everywhere for me get them. That man they not say nothing way bad but many people. They not say nothing. Nothing, absolutely nothing. And not talk nothing way a disrespect me they or a tribalistic. And not talk no tribalistic thing. Tribalistic bad now na that country now. We the made them baby now don't bring a can now. Now don't pronounce her. Both one. You know? More left for the hide that under them under fingernails them. Come out plain.